Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at a couple of Latios duos with Scarlet Witch and myself here. First, we're going to be using dragons, and then we're going to be using all fairy, in which I'm going to be completely maxing out my 100% IV Togekiss here. So in the past 24 hours, I spent about 400,000 Stardust and used about 250 or so rare candies on the Rayquaza. I did have around 400 candies on that thing to begin with. As you can see from the beginning here, we didn't start the power up all the way from the beginning because I'll spare you all of that. We don't need to take a look at that, but I just pulled the trigger. I powered them up. I didn't really want to make a full team of Rayquazas quite yet for when it does receive its signature move, but who knows when that's going to happen, if it's ever going to happen, because they take forever to roll these out and they drag on more shinies or a new day, and then finally they come out with that legacy move and you're like, oh, okay, now do I power these up all over again? So finally did it, made a full team, and I'm going to tell you the Latios duo isn't exactly easy anymore. Okay, we ran into quite a few issues, one being the timer stopping us early, and thank goodness. Did you see that? I had one TM, one charge TM, and I got outrage on. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh crap, I just powered up this shiny Lucky here, but I have one TM. If I don't get the move I need, it was all in vain until I get the charge TM, of course. But luckily, I was able to get outrage. Woo! So this one here is going to be Zen Headbutt and Solar Beam. We did primarily go up against a lot of those, and if we did run into the Dragon set, which is going to be Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, very difficult for you to do with your Dragon types, then we're just going to pull out the Fairy types, in which that's what we did. Now my fairy team, as we'll look at here in just a moment, is, I wouldn't say exactly weak, but the problem lied with not having the TMs to TM my current Togekiss that I did not power up, that I had already maxed out, so I can get the correct moves, in which, unfortunately, it didn't have the moves that I needed, so I was down a fairy type. But taking a look at these Rayquazas here, basically, it was a big headache. Mostly because of not so much that we were not able to do it, but the game was kind of stopping us in the sense of the brokenness that you do encounter with these raids. The drift kicking us out, or the timer stopping, or shadow hits, or just something. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses over here. We've done these duos. This is nothing new to us. But when it comes down to the game working correctly, it really does have to line up with you. Of course, RNG is a big factor as well. So doing these is nice, going out there and duoing legendaries. Of course, it's always nice. You don't have to worry about a big group, but for this specific one, it wasn't the best experience. Let's just put it that way. Heatran, what a beautiful legendary to duo with those ground types. It has that shiny possibility. This one has a shiny too, but the Heatran's a lot more easier to do, so we're going to go ahead and re-lobby here. We're not reviving all of those. There's no need to at this point. Now, we are going to be going up against the Latios here with our dragons in cloudy weather, so there's no boost on the Latios with the moves. There's no boost for our dragon moves, but when we do use our fairies, it is going to have cloudy weather, in which the fairy types are going to get a boost there. Now, they are going to be doing it a little bit faster than the dragons. We personally could have done it a little bit faster, as we're going to take a look at here, but the problem, like I stated previously, was those TMs. So I wasn't able to TM all the Pokemon that needed the necessary moves to go up against it, so I was very limited. Unfortunately, because I was just using my TMs and I just kept shuffling between other moves and not getting what I needed. A big issue that we all know, and we don't need to carry on that discussion right now. We've talked about that plenty of times, and I'm sure we'll continue to talk about that unless Niantic does make changes to the TM system upon release of the Go Battle League, which I'm crossing my fingers for, not just dumping a bunch of TMs on us and putting a band-aid over a flesh wound, I guess you could say, for the TM system. So instead of fixing it, they're just like, just take a bunch of TMs, here, just keep trying, and just keep trying. That's not exactly what we want to see. And not only that, but for the rewards for the Go Battle League, the premium rewards, you're actually paying for those. So it's like you're paying to lose. People think it's pay to win, but you're paying for those TMs to get the moves that you possibly will not be getting. But anyways, I digress. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're actually going to go ahead and evolve this 100% Togepi into Togekiss here. Very nice. And we're going to go ahead and skip past the power-up. We'll just go all the way to the end here. Beautiful. This thing performs magnificent in the Master League with that charm. And mine does have hidden power fighting, which can be good to go up against steel types, so neat, I suppose. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the finale here. Personally, I think this is a more special duo with the fairy types than the dragons. Not saying that the dragon duos up against Latios are insignificant or anything, but the fairy types are, I think, a little bit more special. Anyways, with that said, enjoy this battle. I'm going to have a little bit of music playing in the background for you. Thank you for watching, trainers. Make sure you have the notifications on. Subscribe if you're new, because I will continuously bring you Pokemon Go news and things you need to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.